is driving.
Hello to everyone. We are on North America Contributors Meeting, Gpms.world, February 18, 2024. And we have with us Rick viewers from Romania, from all over the world. Also Frank from British Columbia. Sergei, I believe that he is Ontario, something United States. And it is also a contributor from Africa that tried to reach us, but for him it's the first time, and I do not know if it is possible for him to have everything installed in time. But if he is coming, he's just welcome, and probably we have him here. Yes. Needy Charity Home. Yes, brother, just to open the camera that we may see you. Wow, amazing. Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, we are good. And you in Africa?
Yeah.
You are frozen, it is the internet. So Rick, please, can you start to speak a little bit about the organization, practically the Uganda organization that started to reach Gpms.world?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Sorry?
I did not get that.
Yeah, it's Rick that will start to speak about Uganda organization.
Okay, the GPMS family.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, we are here on GPMS family, yes.
I'll first introduce myself.
Yes,
I'll first introduce myself.
Sorry?
I'm Bareji Sawicliffe, and I'm the director of Needy Charity Home Uganda. Yeah, it's based in Blowoza in Iganga district. Yeah, it has been a privilege of contributing towards the GPMS family, this world of GPMS. Here in Uganda, I would like to share some updates, okay? Of my region, where I am in Blowoza. Yeah, first of all, I recently uploaded my report to the GPMS family in Telegram, and they were so thankful for it because they viewed it. I took my time, I arranged it, and I presented it. So I've been facing some challenges, but I'm not going to face that. I'm not going to talk about that right now, though challenges are everywhere. But in my village, I've been doing great things that I can correct my fellow people in my village. Sometimes I use people who act as influencers in my community so that we can gather people together and we can tell these people how life can be changed, how everything can be changed through the GPMS. So when we call these people, we teach them and We tell them how good GPMS is going to, or what GPMS is going to bring towards their life, how GPMS is going to change everything, how GPMS is going to simplify everything. So after telling them all that, we teach them what are the benefits, what they should do, like to bring this into acting. We tell them that to bring this into acting, we need people who can consent and agree with this, that agree this should be done and this should be started. So we tell them how they can consent. First, we give them some guidance on how they should consent. For those who doesn't have access to smartphones, because me, I have a smartphone. I use my organization email. I ask for their details, their names, their areas where they live. So for the case of the email, I use my email. I put there my organization email so that I can use it as a journal to help these people who don't have access to emails, who don't have access to smartphones. So that's how we are doing our great work here, but everything's now moving on right. I haven't faced any challenges. People are trying to come and ask me how this is going to help them. And I'm like, it's just their vote. If they vote for this, this will be brought into act and it will work and it will help them. So in that, I have my friend also. I call him Michael. There is a co-director also. It's called Joshua, but right now he has resumed for his studies. So he was still in school, but he has resumed his studies. And right now, for all his accounts are offline because he's now back to school for his studies. He's doing a diploma and is at an institution called MUBS. That's Makerere University Business School. So now he had sat for a year without, because he had to join university maybe that first year, but due to the financial, he sat for 1 year. So he went back to school, and I'm pleased he has been also helping me so much to do all this. And I'd like to at least tell you that I've been helped by many people in this. First of all, I'd like to thank Brother Regan. He introduced me and recommended me to the Gpms family. He was the first person who came to me and told me how Gpms will help us. So I finally agreed and say, if this comes into act, then it will have to help all of us, not only one person, but it will help all of us. So later introduced me to Brother Rick, who has also been a good person to me. He's really, really friendly. I don't know I could really connect to someone like him, but through Wanda Regan, he connected me to Brother Rick. Brother Rick has been there and he has been asking me how I'm proceeding. And I've been able to update him. So I had some challenges. There's a time he asked me how is things are moving with me about the GPMS. But by that time I was somehow stressed up. I had a sick child who was in the hospital, and I had to be there as someone who is taking care of her. So I asked for a little time for him. I told him that he should give me some little time. I'm going offline, so because I'm needed in the hospital. So he said there's no problem. He allowed me. He said, okay, by the time we'll come back, we shall catch up. And that's the time I came back with the report. I sat down, focused, and wrote that report. But all in all, I thank you all for all what we are doing, because I think this is going to help all of us. It's going to help all of us, and we shall all work together to bring this into act. Let's just take everything to God, because all in all, we need God's vision in all of what we do, and He has given us a vision. So I thank you all for supporting the Gpms family.
Thank you so much to be here, and really, I everything that I can see, it is also my pleasure to assist Uganda how much I can, and I do know that from Uganda and the countries around, supposedly country, because we know there are only area, this will start all over Africa, and I do know that, and we have also a little bit other contacts in other places. Then practically everything will come together. So this is just amazing, and probably we need also to switch a little bit the hour, because it is middle night to you, just to be able to reach North America meetings, and we can bring you all together, and practically we can move also together on North America and Africa until the time will come and many people will join. We have contributors in North America, but they are not going public. This is all about. So they have internet, they have everything, they are invited all the time, they are just not going public. One of them probably will have an event for Canada, but I would like first to confirm with her. Practically there are 5 contributors there, so in a group. So practically we are not the only one that you can see here. We are many of us, and when you will enter on the contributors account on Telegram, you'll see that already the contributors is about 448 or something at this time, and this will just grow and go and grow. So this is just amazing. Thank you so much that you are here. I know Wandera. I had also 2 or 3 meetings with him already in another Zoom room. I hope that he will be able also to reach our Zoom room. And from here we start. Yes, Rick, so you are also here with us, and thank you so much. Can you tell us a little bit more about Wandera work in area in Africa and how we expand? You said something last week, but I believe that right now it's also the moment.
Oh, can you hear me, brother? I'm going to speak for a little bit. Can you hear me?
Yes, brother, I can hear you.
Yes. All right. Thank you. We have a lag tonight with the internet and things, so it makes it a little bit more challenging for us to speak and but nevertheless, I will begin to speak. So Uganda is very significant, and what I wish to say at this time for all of Africa, that Uganda is the light heart which has been activated, which is very significant because from there, from Uganda, we are seeing connections coming out to Tunisia, Nigeria, I believe, going across to there. But we have many countries, perhaps even Egypt. But to keep this simple, Uganda is the hub, if you will, that has been activated for GPMS, and we are getting the connections to the rest of the African countries. And Africa also is very important with a population of approximately 1.3 billion overall. And Uganda plays an important role, just like India and the high population countries where there is so much poverty, because these are the souls all coming together that makes the difference worldwide. So it is very significant with what's occurring. And Brother Wandra and Needy Charity Home, brother, and brother Josh, that is not here tonight, which is the co-director of Needy Charity Home, have also combined with Brother Wanderer, doing important work on the ground at receiving consents, and also to begin a unity organization of all of the valid orphanages and charity groups. And what this does as well, it creates an umbrella group that is vetted for the rest of the world, that knows that these are very genuine ones that are in this, because in all of Africa in the past, there is that scam element that's there. So what we are doing is bringing the genuine ones together and uniting them worldwide to show their authenticity. But at the same time, there is a process that we're identifying and recording the scammers, if you will, so that people know who is genuine with GPMS and who actually may not be. So we need to do this, and we're doing it. And so all of the work that's being done on the ground in Uganda by Wandera and Josh and brother, I forget your name, how you pronounce it, but so.
Wycliffe.
Pardon?
Baryejusa Wycliffe.
Yeah.
Baryejusa Wycliffe.
Bayet. Yeah. I like the short, so Bayet. Yes. Thank you. So by all brothers coming together, and this is coming together quite quickly as well. So we've become very busy with this, at also seeing what this also does. Again, this is a North American meeting, but this is so important because what it also does by this hub in Uganda being created of the genuine ones and connected to the other countries, what it does, it becomes also an example for the rest of Africa and also the rest of the world to see that there is the genuine poverty there, but to show to the rest of the world that the charities worldwide and the governments are not doing enough, and we need action now. So what this does, it also opens the door for, let's say, wealthy philanthropists and genuine humanitarians to come in to assist with this transitory period until we get this majority vote collected, and then everyone is in abundance and free. So this is an integral and important part of the advancement of GPMS going forward as well, because this is the unity, the unprecedented unity of Africa, which has begun to be created to bring all together with this one goal, and to say enough is enough in Africa and all around the world. This is not acceptable. And when we also look at Uganda, Uganda actually has a surplus of food. It has a surplus of food because it exports at least 10% of its food that is grown. Now, there should not be any lack of food in Uganda where there is 10% going out, but there is. And it's because of the capitalistic system and the governments that are creating this hardship through making farmers profit and compete at the expense of their own people. Not only Uganda, every country worldwide.
Yeah.
So GPMS, what it does, no more of that. That everyone has more than enough food, but also all of the technology is given freely to drill wells, to cultivate, and to do all land is free for this, for the peoples. in Africa. So saying this is what GPMS does for the world and where we're going all together with this. There is when I mentioned about all land is free, everyone is a custodian of the land. No one owns the land. No one owns the earth. There has never been um, any original purchase agreement from Mother Earth herself to anyone saying that she has sold a piece of her to you. There is only the custodianship. And with GPMS, what we are doing worldwide is respecting the parcels of land that once have lived on, rightfully so. But it's from these big countries and conglomerates that have bought up all of the land and pushed the people out of it. These corporations don't need all of this land. So we rectify things to that extent as we go forward as well. And we restore the planet to its full, pristine shape that she once was. But I'll stop there, Beatrice. Did I answer that, if I may? Thank you.
Yes, and also for the people that they have no internet access, already Philippines gathered the vote going door to door. Then after that, it's bringing the list inside of GPMS, and we just enter all the name on the system. So this is already working in GPMS. So if you have in Uganda people that they have no internet, there is also a procedure to go door to door. Then when you meet them, you can collect their names and also other information. And after that, we just enter via the internet on the website.
Okay, I send it to you.
Yes, so so you will be more connected inside of GPMS from today. You'll just start to be much more connected, and you'll be connected with the team and all the work. And you'll have the information in time about GPMS, and you'll just see how GPMS expands all the time.
Okay. I've got you.
And it is very important for you to connect with the people in Uganda and also all around Africa. And also it does not matter where from the world, because these are very important connections. Then all of us, we come unite in the future, and we start to organize to start GPMS.
Okay, just for sharing for people who are not people of my area or people outside of Uganda or outside of Africa, because there are some parts of the world that haven't yet received the GPMS yet. So for that, we can, I can try to reach out to these people. But as you know, there is an image, let me call it an image, that has been quoted mostly on Post Brother Reka's side. In Uganda, there are lots, some people are a lot of scammers, and they are scamming money from people outside, or people who have the heart of giving, and they are being given this money to help the needy, and they end up spending this money on their other stuff. So as Uganda, let me call it like an image or a code that has been put on Uganda. So now, right now, it's really hard to connect with someone. Or the moment you may send them a message, they may think you are a scammer, and that would be the end of the story, and that will be the end of you and them. So they will automatically disconnect you from them, or even if they had added you back as their friend, Moment you send them a message, they will still call, they will still cut you off. Because right now, me, I have a sister on my Facebook. I've been trying to forward all the GPMS files that I've been receiving. Like if I receive, I share onto her. But for her, she keeps on seeing the messages. So there's nothing like a reaction on that. So she doesn't react. Maybe to my side, I may think this of like being that Uganda has been quoted as a country of scammers that are scamming money. So when you send someone a message, instead of reading and understanding what you're trying to tell them, they may think on what was already impacted in them. So they may end up not accessing the message that you're trying to give them. They're not trying to give it attention. Because I have so far, because me, I don't take it that serious. When I share something or when I get something, I make sure I share it to someone else. I make sure I send a message in either groups that are on Facebook so that they can also, if they read and understand what the message is trying to tell them, they may get interest and they may ask me to tell them more about it. So me, I keep on sharing messages. Every message I get, I keep on sharing to all my Facebook friends, to all the groups. Sometimes I even send to the groups of the church because I'm a Christian. I send to church groups, my church groups. I send them messages. I received only 2 brothers who asked me, how is this thing? We are seeing your every time forwarding this to us. Why forwarding this kind of messages? Talking about GPMs, then I was like, this is a vision of where we're coming together to unite people and to bring the world together, to bring peace into the world, to bring equality to the world, to create a free world where everything is accessible equally, where people are not left behind in terms of technology, in terms of financial, in terms of food, where we all receive what we want. They were like, okay, we will come and you also tell us more about it. But right now, I haven't received anything from them as they messaged me, but I'll try to check on them and see how they're doing, and I'll try to let them consent. Because there were just only 2 brothers who came out from that WhatsApp group, church group, and they asked me about it. So I would take that as a challenge that people are not getting our messages that we are trying to give out to the world. That we already quoted as a country of scammers. People are looking for money from the internet.
Yes, so this is happening in every country, in every area in the world. It's not only Uganda like that. And it is maybe a little bit hard to the beginning until the connection starts. And when the connection starts, so everything started to come together, you'll be not alone in your area anymore in the future. And regarding the groups or the people that have another religion, just for them to see Gpms.world decree, we have unlabeled unlimited rights and we have the freedom of belief. So the religion is not something that can create division anymore. They can believe in whatever they want, only do not harm. So this is all about. So the religion will be not something that can divide us anymore all over the world. There is no discrimination inside of GPMS, zero discrimination, only interest for all of us to come together and to start the new world where all of us, we are equal and we respect each other. And we will have everything in equal parts. So the money will be the same everywhere in the world. The house, big house, organic, and with everything will be the same everywhere in the world. The food will be almost free. Utilities free all over the world. The travel will be free all over the world. Just we had a meeting today where Rick said, I come in peace. Yes, Rick, you have also the hand rise up. So please come because you come in peace and do not harm. Right now we'll start to bring up also probably a sort of ID or something like, and we are working also on free trade. This is free servicing and free products, and the education coming free. This is under the free trade, free service. Yes, Rick.
Thank you. I'm outsider. To Brother Bayed, you know, there are strong Christians, if you will, all throughout Africa in the belief in God. And simply what GPMS is the rapture and is the promise. It's been promised in religion, but not only in religion, it's been prophesied in many indigenous beliefs and in many different beliefs all around the world. This time has been prophesied. So it's important for the Christian communities that believe in God to know that this is the promise. This is the heaven on earth, what we are creating, but it's being done in this way. When you look at the rapture, brother, the rapture is the upliftment, which means the upliftment in purity and also consciousness, and to come together at this time. So we don't, brother, need to focus on those that are not rejected, or we don't need to focus on those that are rejecting it now. We keep looking for the brothers and sisters that are in alignment with this now. So we don't waste our energy at trying to persuade ones. So by creating the unity as you're doing, it's being the light, it's being the example in Uganda that the bigger it gets, the more that will take notice and know that it is very real. So if there's any that's doubtful there now, just don't waste energy on them. Keep the focus finding those that are in alignment with this. Also, you know, what we need to say, I need to say here as well, is what we are also doing, and we have done, there's been over 1,000 emails sent out just in the last week or so to the NGOs, the non-government organizations around the world. And let me say what we are saying with these NGOs, most of them have a common mission statement. And that common mission statement is to eradicate poverty and protect the children. And so what we have sent to them is, here is GPMS. You know, here's what you're in alignment with. So contact us so we can begin to get this word out. So we have done that. But also what we are finding is that many of these charities and organizations worldwide, that they don't have the full genuine intent. For example, with a charity to directly, let's say, assist Uganda, in the past, there were many cuts that if someone sent $1, there'd only be pennies that would be getting to you, because you had all of the middle ones taking cuts out of this money. And also in some more of the Congo, if you will, and some more of the rebellious areas, you also had the elite that was arming rebel gangs to pillage and rob any produce and provisions that was coming in to support. So with these things, the point I am making is that it failed everything that the old world was doing at even attempting to eradicate poverty. So what we're doing now is, we're giving the GPMS message to them and saying, come on, enough is enough. Get on board here now and do what is morally correct, if you will. Also, just in the last week, I believe there was, I don't know how many in count, but we specifically sent a lot of emails to in Pakistan to charity and humanitarian foundations, and I believe orphanages there as well. In Pakistan, don't quote me on this, but I think it's perhaps 6 or 7 in the most populous countries of the world. So it is significant as well. So what I'm saying is that we are taking further action yet with GPMS at giving it to these charities and associations worldwide as well. But what it also does, it puts them on the spot. So they've been notified what the growing universal nation of GPMS is doing, and they're given the choice to do the rightful thing at joining us or staying with the capitalistic system that created all of the poverty and misery. So you will see that they have no choice eventually but to join. But we have taken this initialization to begin to activate that also to come into play. So we are working on all fronts with this, if you will. Thank you.
Okay.
So, Rick, I know that you just started to speak about the processing centers, unlimited money. A little bit it was a discussion in Europe meeting today, but I believe that it is good to have this discussion also here, and also for our brother in Uganda to hear directly. So how Gpms.world will move forward when the consents are coming, and how these processing centers will be developed per area.
Yes, thank you, Beatrice. So let's use Uganda as the example here. What will occur with the implementation of GPMS in Uganda? There will be a central processing center which instantly creates money to give to the essential goods and services, as well as every individual woman, man, and child. Now, let's say it's a administrative hub, a processing hub, and the ones that are operating that, they all get paid the same as us. So there is no incentive for any personal gain with it. So they're just there doing their service to the worldwide community. And let's say in this case, in Uganda, printing out instantly the money what Uganda needs. So what we are doing worldwide, the people take ownership of the internet and the financial routing system, and also any printing presses. And this is important, the physical printing presses of money. So we take the lawful ownership of this so that there is no interruptions in any of the payments going forward, and there cannot be upon implementation. So I put that in there. So ideally, what you have very simply is a computerized programs that accepts one's let's say there'll be a card entry or something saying, I did my required 10 hours a week contributing to the community, if you will, and their funds is released directly to them. Now, what I need to say is what we're actually doing as well upon implementation, it is the buyout of the old system so that we clean the slate So everyone is fully free, but instantly we're buying out that old system very rapidly by creating the intrinsic money that is unlimited. No other money in the world can compare to this. And
The internet is broken.
My network.
so they can use as program. A computer program will distribute instantly upon implementation all of the
Yeah, the internet seems to be broken. He tried to come back.
yeah. Where did I cut out at?
Yeah, so it was what happened with the implementation of these centers worldwide. Then practically from there, we start to have the money, unlimited money.
Yeah, yeah. The centers very quickly, wherever they can be set up, I'd say instantly into an existing bank that's already tied in to the financial routing system. So what we're doing is we clean out that financial routing system with all the encryption gates and backdoor ledgers. What we do is we just open it up so it's a full free flow system, if you will, and it needs to be connected worldwide because for there will be the worldwide trade and the settlement of inventory that you may need from another country, because there is existing inventory that is rightfully owned by some, but it's instantly bought off. So this is why partially we need the money to instantly settle and pay ones for all this inventory. Um, I am going to write this up so it's more simple so that it's not broken as I'm saying. But I've been just so busy with so many things that I didn't have the opportunity yet. But ideally, just to go through it, you have a administration hub in each country or area that processes instantly the data and releases the funds to everyone's account. So, and also to all of the goods and services providers. And also these administration hubs will be equipped with indices, an index of the worldwide um, contacts. Let's say if you want a drill rig, so you'll have a worldwide list that says, okay, we want a drill rig here now or 10 to come in, so we drill wells immediately. So you'll have that list of resources that will be worldwide, and you also have another list that will be for each country, what the country has to utilize instantly and immediately. So there is no restriction of what we can have. Now, let's say if you need, let's say if 1,000,000 um, uh, well drillers are needed worldwide, and we only got, let's say, 900,000. Well, what we do at the same time is the manufacturer of the drill rigs is instantly given unlimited resource to begin mass production, because these are essential drill rigs and they are completed very quickly and distributed where they need to be. So this is the administration hub has ones that is taking care of the logistics, and they are the noble good people of of us, and they get paid the same. So there is no corruption, and there can't be in the GPMS new world that we're creating. So it's if that answered everything, Beatrice.
Yes, yes, and just to tell to the people that also Gpms.world started children movement, GPMS movement for the children. We have also one account right now where the children also will gather, and I know that from Uganda it's coming more and more from Wandera to have like education for our children free. This is also the goal of Gpms.org, to have education, free education. So practically Gpms.org, the accreditation will come in the future for all the good education, and this will come free or almost free until the GPMS administration starts. But when GPMS administration starts, this will come free. So just I let you know that some GPMS, it was an initiative for the school in Thailand to start Gpms.org school. And we have right now also the contributor from Thailand. It is inside of this account. We have also somebody else inside of this account that she's very knowledgeable in education. We have also a mother that has also homeschooling, and she has also the website for homeschooling. So we just gather. We cannot promise a time, but we are doing our best, and everything is practically on our hand. So more people will gather, more teacher will gather and everything. So from there, practically we can start a sort of homeschooling, GPMS accreditation and everything. So this is just coming, and this is amazing. And this will help also Uganda and all the people, not only Uganda, because I'm telling you, there are a lot of people that they have no idea how to write, how to read, and also they have no idea about mathematics and everything. And at this time, the public school, even in Canada, in the United States, on my opinion, they have no very high standards. Some of them they have, but some of them they have not. And with the people experience practically losing their children inside of the public school with all the restriction imposed by the government, I believe that the homeschooling is just in rise. And practically this will become free. But this is a participation of all of us. It is a support when we come together. And GPMS, it's the best platform because it is international, and everyone that wants to volunteer has a time and something, so can come as contributor. And we have also opened the GPMS administration per activity, and practically the people can start to reunite, and they can have their meetings, how to bring forward during the transition time, like a goal, like education and everything for the children. So this is just coming. And I believe that this will help a lot also the organization that they have children. Yeah. So Rick, we have the question that I told you about. It was why we need the GPMS and all the consents when practically the rights are God-given rights. So we have the rights from the creator, but practically the people are asking why we still need these consents, you know?
Well, we need these consents to lawfully enact the law of GPMS and to enact the unalienable rights. At this point in time, they are not they are not law. This is the problem with all the governments worldwide. It's how they were able to violate everyone's individual rights over the last 3 years, because everyone thinks that the governments was the only law and they supported them. So we're in this transitionary period very quickly where GPMS is the actual and unalienable rights, is the actual absolute law, and of course, of do no harm. But to have this fully realized worldwide for the people, it takes the majority ratification of the people to ratify it into law. When you look at any of the uh, Universal Declaration of Rights and all of this, it was never ratified by the people. Only a few individuals in the important 7 countries does not recognize it. US, Russia, I think China, Iraq, these countries are not part of it fully. They do not recognize the unalienable rights of the individual. For example, in the US, yet today, um, a child, if a child, let's say, commits a murder or something, if it's decided by a court, this child is imprisoned for life, or also could be executed. These sort of things that the full unalienable rights protect against, that someone else is not deciding the fate of another, if you will. But I needed to use the U.S. as an example with this. These things are not, in the past. What occurs with any of this, for a child to do that, the real root cause of a child to commit any murder is because of the system, how it has failed everything. But I don't want to get deep into that. I want to just make it clear that it needs to be ratified by the majority of the people, then it's enacted into law worldwide. Right now, what I need to say is that no one's rights individually are protected, and neither will they be with any government policy, because it's not part of government policy nor their agenda to recognize the intrinsic rights. So the only way the people had supposedly elected politicians to represent them, but what has occurred is that the people in the past did not have another choice, if you will, of a different type of government in the world. Now we have the universal people coming together, which is not a government, it's everyone working in community together and doing everything what is rightful. And so it needs to be ratified. This is what clinches it completely into law. It's what overpowers the legal system, what ones believe in. So you need this full ratification with everyone saying, this is the law. Once you have the majority, this is the law that everyone recognizes then. So we need to have this clinched majority, and we are doing it materially and tangibly to show it. And nothing can contest the majority ratification of God's law upon the planet. And again, this is all divinely ascertained, and this is the way it's being done, because the real truth is humanity doesn't have time. So they don't have time to awaken in going through the usual ascension process. So what's occurring, everyone fairly from God, as long as they're in alignment with this new world, this is where they're going. They are in that rapture. So if that explained it, I'm trying to get my computer on. I got it's challenging here to for me to do meetings and things. I got to move all around. But nevertheless, did that answer it?
Yes, exactly. And you told me also about the 2 billion people soulless that practically, when we move forward in the light, they will be not able to resist on the world that we create. So this is also very good for us. So I saw also probably in the United States, there are already a couple of immigration organization, that they are working to receive these soulless people and to make them documents inside of the United States system. So this border complication practically that is coming with all this problem, because if there is no border, there is no way to enter in the system. This was their way to choose to enter in the system and to start to say that they have a past in another country, and this is not true. So the people are not aware about the 2 billion souls, and the people still believe that they need to fight inside of the system to eliminate them, and this is not true. So practically, Rick, I know that for us started to be very clear, but for many people it's still not. And these 2 billion people with no soul, that they cannot move forward with the ascension. It is a very, very important information for all of us. And it seems that this was also a little bit hidden for the people. So there is still a misinformation that only like a politician or something like can move forward for us better the things, and this is not true. When we become aware about the true information, when we are informed and there is no delay on this information, we can come with solution for ourselves. So this is another situation when practically it is not only about how I described on the last meeting in North America, that our rights cannot be recognized or widely recognized and fully recognized inside of a pyramid system, but it's also about the information. We'll have not the information in real time, and there will be all the time a small group of the people where they will have the decision exactly over the information that is coming. So this will just be a continuous situation until we will be able to bring Gpms.world system in place. If somebody wants to add something for that, this will be just great.
Well, Beatrice, what I will say, if we take right now, for example, with the U.S. trying a republic, if you will, and let's also take Serbia, what they did in the past, and let's take Canada, what they're trying to do with the nationalist movement. The information that they are missing is that in actuality, all of the governments are part of a worldwide crime syndicate, meaning that if any people within one country try to gain their nationality and their sovereignty while the other 190 some countries are still under dark control, they cannot do it. They cannot succeed. Serbia is the prime example, which we're still anticipating having more information on it, that they have done this already, what Canada is trying, what the US is trying. They have done everything that was right and peaceful within their constitution, but also above that, knowing that in the times of tyranny, that the onus comes on the people to stand up and do what is right. But what we had saw, they went through the process, and when the people had assumed the power in Serbia, with the government still there, the Serbia people asked for the other governments worldwide to recognize them. And what occurred? Only one other nation worldwide recognized them. But as a result, it pushed the people back out of power, and the government was stronger than ever before. And because this is the point that we're making, no nationalist movements or any country trying to gain their sovereignty, they are missing the information that it has to be done universal. And this is what GPMS is. We don't need to fight with them. We just create the majority and we just replace their system with the new one once we have the majority. And nothing can oppose what we are doing. It's all inclusive for all of humanity. But each one, these movements like the Canadian convoy, if you will, with a million or whatever was in it, going against a few politicians. You know, when you look at the numbers, and we look at the numbers worldwide, with at least 6 billion souls, or let's just say they're all souls, 8 billion, and you have a handful of about 50,000 that is telling 8 billion to live in misery, agony, and suffering, and in complete stress. No, we are saying enough is enough, and we're collecting the worldwide majority, and we are taking the matters into our own hands to free humanity and to eliminate all stress worldwide. So there is no contest. The darkness cannot compete with what the GPMS system is. Nothing can compare nor compete with it. So all we need to do, as we're doing, is get the people to see this. It's ridiculous and futile to fight against one government. They're all interconnected worldwide. These are the social, or these are the secret societies that JFK, the first president ever to publicly speak about and reveal to the people worldwide. So what you need to know is that the secret societies are established within every government worldwide, but that doesn't matter to us. They are powerless once we all unite as the universal nation, which GPMS is doing. Then the people choose the free GPMS world, and these secret societies, they all implode. Their money becomes worthless, worth nothing. They no longer have money then to buy anyone or control anyone. The game is all over. So the ones with all of these movements, nationalist movements and sovereign movements within their countries, the message is it does not work. Stop wasting your time and unite worldwide with GPMS and create this universal nation that gives you everything you ever wanted and a lot more, which is peace, love, harmony, and abundance in the least.
Yes, Rick, all the time this pyramid system kept the corruption mafia alive. And practically the 99% of the people were not led to unite and to organize, to have the information, to have the power of decision and everything that they need. So we have not a problem of resources, we have problem of legislation, of rights to be recognized and nothing else. And also inside of Canada right now, for the people, I let them know that there are people that they organize also convoy in Canada in the past. And right now they want to move forward with the third convoy that will be for the justice. What kind of the justice inside of the actual system? And practically we need to change the system. When we change the system, we can bring also the justice. But inside of the actual system, just to go again in a convoy where the information of Gpms.world that has inside the true right of self-determination is not showing up just the time, and they are looking for the justice to change bad people with good people and to have some justice. Yes, Rick. Your hand.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, just one moment. I'm trying to get my computer on. Beatrice, what I need to say is, yes, as you said, there is no provisions within the legal fiction for humanity. As I said, all of their legislation, all of their policy is devised to protect the worldwide corporation of governments, if you will, and to always feed the money back into that beast, if you will, by at the expense of others worldwide. And this is what created the poverty and the misery and the agony on this abundant planet. Right now, she is fully abundant with more than enough food to feed everyone. Now, what I need to say is Brother Bayed still on here? Yeah, yeah. From Needy
Yeah.
Home Charity, he's still on
Yes.
her. Okay,
Yes.
this is very
Yeah.
important because this is for Africa. Now, in Africa, and let's take the Congo as an example, there's lots of gold in there. But if we take all
Yeah.
of Africa, it is mineral rich. But in the Congo, and gold is so plenty there that the ones in the Congo, they're not allowed to sell it outside, but on the black market, they will sell an ounce of gold for about 35 American dollars. So, what you have seen is the capitalistic system is keeping the richest from all of Africa. It's the same way with Barrick Gold in the exploitation of the platinum in South Africa, all of the diamond mines by all the big players, how they come in and they rape all of these riches from Africa and they impoverish the people and they even get the slave labor or the slave labor as we know in the past. But the point is that Africa is hugely rich, but it's the whole capitalistic system and the control as well that kept it enslaved. But more importantly, this gold, what I just said, what what this capitalistic system in the elite will allow, they will have ones coming in, not only there, also Peru. They come in and do the same thing in the Amazon where they buy gold for about 35 dollars an ounce, if you will, when its value on the market is probably close to $2,000 an ounce at this time. But what you see is what they were doing is controlling the people, robbing the resource from the people. So if you actually take a country like the Congo, and let's take even Uganda, you have more than enough gold and rich minerals. But what has occurred is because of the elite, they have oppressed and enslaved your country and not allowing that to come out to the world, keeping you impoverished and enslaved, all of Africa, what they have did. So, I needed to bring this up because it is very important and it does show worldwide why things cannot no currency also cannot be based on any gold or precious metals because it is the few that own it. Now, if you want to take ownership, all of the people of all the gold in the world, that would still be foolish because the gold is limited. Why not just do the one thing that gets rid of all a requirement for any money and realize the intrinsic value of everyone at creating unlimited money to do everything good with. And very quickly, humanity comes to the place where they realize they don't need money at all. But what GPMS is the bridge from the control, taking ones to freedom, and then taking them to the place where they don't need money at all. And where you don't, all of the riches of heaven is the intrinsic value of each, and coming together and uniting. This is the eternal richness that you would ever want. So it's not in the precious metals, it's not outside of you, it's within each. So we just all come together and activate this indefinite, or no, this infinite source of money. All suffering is ended instantly upon this implementation. So we need the majority voice to ratify this into law. But also the people around the world don't know that they have a choice, all of them, yet. They think they only can choose between political parties within a government structure, but that is not true. Now they have another choice. This is Gpms.world. Choose this world or the old political government enslaved world. So as you can see, it becomes no choice.
Thank you so much, Rick. And just to let you know that this photo is not coming from GPMS, but it's coming right now inside of the freedom movement. It is like the evil place here. Here we have the actual system, and at the same time BRICS. So BRICS and the actual system is the same. Has nothing to do with God. Because practically the people will realize in a very short time that many of the people that they gather gold, silver, and other precious metals, they will become extremely rich when the others are still poor or enough poor. There is no equality. The most important is that there is no equality, and only the equality inside of the system, it's making the abundance, the real abundance, and the real relationship practically to work together and to create the real abundance for the people. When there is no equality, we have all the time somebody that is richer, that it is practically placed above because it's not above. There will be all the time something to fight for, all the time something you'll have also the people that they will try to be on their attention to the rich one in order practically to manipulate the reality. And this is not correct at all. So you see right now from Uganda, I am in Canada, Serhi is also in Canada, Ricky it's in, right now in Romania. But it does not matter from where, we just come together, and we want a world where we need to create the true equality, where all the people are equal, and practically to create abundance for all, not only for few. And to have the true parents that they will take in charge the children, that right now they are coming with no parents from everywhere, from the war, from abandonment, because the parents were not able to bring them to the life, but they were not able to care about them because they were extremely poor. So then will be like, you know, to unite back the family, to have abundance, and these children will be absorbed by the society, and they will grow in love and peace and everything. Ricky, you have already again the hand up. I do not know if you want to speak.
Oh, no,
What?
Beatrice. No, forgive me. I forgot to take my hand down. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yes, so It is also a huge impact on our right to choose. For example, inside of the decree, we have on the left side, we have the true definition of the freedom, about equal, and also the sovereignty. Sovereignty, it's only individual sovereignty. No one can ever be above another one. So this is the true equality. And on the right side, we have like the unlimited, unalienable rights, and it is the right of self-determination. Through the right of self-determination, we choose if we want to govern ourselves or to have a representative for a short period of time or only for a cause or another one. But what the people needs to see, it's that, for example, when they have children, when the children become to the adult age, there is the right of the child to choose the self-governance and do not choose the parent, the representative. And the representation for someone is just probably temporary. It's not necessary for a long time. So this is our true right of self-determination, of self-governance, and nobody can take this, our God-given rights, away from us. So this is just to bring for us to the moment of conception in the world. And at this time, any pyramid structure, and right now it's coming, unfortunately, also from the white hats, any pyramid structure that is bringing up does not respect our unalienable, unlimited rights, and especially the right of self-determination, self-governance. So it does not matter if someone will be good on the top of a pyramid system and want to bring more money in the world and to say we'll have no poor from now. This touch the abundance, the creation of abundance, and inside it's also about the personal relationship and everything. And we do not deserve that anymore after everything that happened with the human race. If someone wants to add something for today's meeting, this would be just great.
Yeah, Beatrice, I would like to ask, when you said that justice convoy gonna start, do you have any like info? If you have, can you maybe send it to me? I'm gonna maybe chat with these guys and we'll see what they are like doing, when the time as I expected to do it. So
yeah, I will send you the information, because right now they want to come in team. And I know that it's also inserted someone from the politics in Canada, that it is attached to this convoy for justice. And he's a very good one. I spoke with him in the past. He's for the people, but unfortunately at that time he was not able to see the natural law. So maybe if it is coming also from you, and probably if he wants also to come inside of GPMS to speak with us, maybe he will start to see that there is also another way. So I just let you know that he's a very good one, even that he proposed this at this time, but he was not able to understand in the past the natural law. So this was all about. And the other people from the convoy, we have also one leader from the first Canadian convoy, and the other one is the leader from the second Canadian convoy. Unfortunately, they are linked with White Hat's mission at this time. So yeah, so this is towards, the thinking is towards the Republic, and this is the reason that practically they are thinking also to bring another Canadian convoy for the justice. Yeah, because
are these guys speaking about that like a Queen Romana? Is she still in the game? Or
no, it's not about her. No, it's not about her. We have others in Canada.
she also played the game like she's with the white hats and she just, I don't know, controlled by special forces from US and she's like, okay, if she's not in the game, I got it.
Yeah, it's not about her, it's about others. And also, I know also to others that they rejected self-governance from the microphone in the parks. They use also the police against the people in order to move forward with their events where they wanted to present it only one side, political parties. So this is huge, and right now probably they are also working with the white hats for to ensure their future, how can I say, participation on the political spectrum. And I know that practically they suppress the self-governance, they suppress our rights. So this has to be bring up to the light, and practically with them there is no possibility at this time to shake the hand. Probably this may come in the future, but I don't believe so. And I would like, if they come in the future, I would like for them first to recognize in the front of camera what they did in the past and to say sorry, because practically they are like control opposition. They kept this liberation movement for Canada only in one direction. So should be not, on their opinion, self-governance is not possible in Canada. And practically they acted against the people that they show up to speak free to the microphone in public for the self-governance. So I do not understand how this control opposition was able to move so organized in the past, because we have a lot of people that they want the real freedom, but the people need to understand that the real freedom is not there, it's inside of Gpms.world, and they need to come here, and from here we start. Yes, Rick, I see right now again your hand up.
Oh, thank you, Beatrice. I just wish to say, that the GPMS system eradicates corruption of all sorts. And, with the existing capitalistic system intact, with competition and profit, but more importantly, if that system stays intact, there is always the incentive for personal gain. This is what causes corruption. With GPMS, everyone is equal. There is no profit, there is no reason for personal gain. That's why corruption is eliminated. And if someone did have some personal gain, it would not be at the expense of others. In this world now, when someone has an incentive for personal gain because of the profit system, profit and loss, it affects someone else. Someone loses. But in the GPMS system, no one ever loses because everyone always has more than enough. So it's very important to know that corruption is never eliminated, white collar crime, unless that system that allows it and that created it is eliminated. And this is what GPMS does. It takes away that personal incentive for any personal selfish gain. What it does, it's a realization of all that you're all equally abundant, and that there is no reason to do this, to be greedy and to try to take money at the expense of others. So if they continue, let's say it's not going to happen, but let's say if they continued and put ones into a government very quickly, the ones they would put in are bought off and compromised by the old system, because it is the system that creates the corruption. So it's futile for them, let's say, in any country to try to go into politics to change it, because you can't do it at that level. So they want the real freedom and abundance, and to end all crime. GPMS is the only way.
Yes, exactly. They suppress the real freedom through manipulation, money, and manipulation through the money and through connection. So this is all about, it is exactly what I said before about the equality and our personal connection and everything, how we develop ourselves and how we are able to rise from the fourth dimension to other dimension, higher and higher, via a correct system where the true equality, the true freedom is there, and not respecting all the time and having fear because of the manipulation, others are richer, and connection inside of the system, connection inside of the government in some higher position, that practically this can bring all the time the crimes to happen. Because they manipulate also the information, the proof, are not coming to speak the truth, but this is another subject that Rick will need to develop in another meetings. I will let him first to start. It's about the false witnessing and everything, but this will be another discussion in the future. So this is keeping the crime up, not only the white collar crimes, also the truth. It is all about the system. It is all about the pyramid system. So until Gpms.world does not start, we just lost Rick Jewers. It is the internet problem there, I know that. So until the Gpms.world system is not able to start, we will still experience these crimes. And practically they influence, or they are working hand in hand with other people that they have position inside of the government, and the crime all the time, this will happen. And it's kept via the money. One is richer than another one via connection position inside of the pyramid system. This is all about. I hope that Rick is able to come back, but it's also very late for him in Romania. If someone wants to add something for this meeting.
Nice to meet you, brother, from the charity home. It was nice to talk with you. Say big hi to Wandera Regans. I know him. And nice to see you here. So come back if you can next time. So it was pleasant.
It's a pleasure having you.
Yes.
It's a pleasure having you here. It's a pleasure for sharing all what has been shared here. It's all about coming together to put this, to have this into starting now, because everything's all about collaboration. If there's collaboration, everything is done and is perfectly done. So yeah, thank you and appreciate. Let us all come together and do this.
Thank you so much to everyone that will see this meeting, our North America meeting, and also Uganda right now that is coming with us, and from there all the Africa will be united in the future. And yes, we have also other representative, other contributors in Africa, and I hope that they will reach also our meeting. And I do know that it is very late in your country at this time, in your area, it is night. So probably we have to come together a little bit earlier in Canada, that this will make room also for others from other continents to come. Thank you so much to everyone, and just have a nice day, and just will be here again for the next Sunday, and the hour will be confirmed via GPMS contributor account. Thank you.
Welcome. Have a good night too.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
guys. Bye.
Bye.